So here you can see the difference between the architecture, between the seemingly original brick buildings, which are scattered all over this area. So I'm guessing those were the original German Air Force buildings that were built. And then it seems that they were complemented by these Soviet-looking buildings. So these were definitely built by the Red Army. And this little complex here, so we're in the building we're in right now, and then you got a third one right there. Side of the second one, sorry, and then a third one over there, creating a bit of a courtyard in the middle. And then in the middle you had a basketball court and things. And to the left, there's also a Chernobyl. I think you can see from here, we'll take a look later on, Chernobyl, Pripyat looking playground. So it looks like these might have been built for maybe families that were living here. Families of the soldiers that were stationed here. So this would probably have been one apartment, I'm guessing. This whole area here, this looks like it could have been maybe a kitchen. Got the piping. And it's probably a bathroom right here. That's where we came from, up on that rooftop just up there. A nice little view of the area. Let's continue down to the original port. So we're just walking down, this would have been the main street sort of connecting all the facilities, the whole complex. So it's flanked by the buildings. Most of these are barracks. It was around it's up to around 8,000 Soviet troops stationed here at one point. So there are a lot of buildings here, and you can see, as I mentioned earlier, there is a clear distinction between the original German-built buildings and the ones that were built by the Red Army. So we're entering the Soviet-built part of the airfield. This building right here would have been like a commissary, so like a military exchange, military store where you could go buy supplies. Soviet imported goods. This is where to get them. check out one of the original buildings as well, see what that looks like. This place is massive. There's so many buildings here, but I mean the way they built them, they tend to be a bit of a cookie cutter, so they all are built according to the same model. We got a nice little balcony view of the main street I was talking about that we were walking down earlier. I would think that this probably wasn't a barrack. This was probably maybe an office building or something like that. The barracks are sort of clustered together in a central area over there with a central courtyard. So you can see the bones from the building in the 1940s. Obviously this has been touched up with some fine interior decorations by the Russians, by the Soviets. Looking a bit worse for wear. I mean, there's definitely risk of lead poisoning hanging out here too long. And obviously this being Berlin, there's a lot of poignant messaging all over this place. All right, let's go check out the penthouse suite. I'm treading carefully. This place is sketchy. All right, we got the attic suite, so we got a nice little pool table up here. I think we can trust the infrastructure here, but it is a bit shaky at some points. So let's exit this place. It's probably a difficult time of the year to explore this place. Everything's really overgrown at the moment, so it's hard to access a lot of the buildings. Are just barricaded with bushes, and yeah. Nice little open area here. So yeah, here we get a good view of some of the main buildings, the complex. So the smokestack you can see there is the power station, so used for obviously heating and electricity of this huge place. And then here to the left we got the main sort of barracks section. You can just see that they're lined up, basically identical looking buildings. And then in the middle there's a courtyard, we'll go check that out. And then there, straight forward, you can see part of the dining hall, so the mess hall, where they would have gone to have their meals. So let's go check that out. And then behind that we have the hangars and the control tower. So the business part of this place. Let's see if we can bushwhack through this greenery. There's a nice little path here. It's a bit eerie. You have this whole place to yourself, so you're sort of jumping at shadows. I've also read that there might be some security cruising around here every now and then. I'm not really sure what they're doing. I mean, this is a historical site we're checking out, so what's the problem? All right, we're back on this main stretch. If we're gonna get caught, this is the place. All right, so we're entering the main housing area. Bulk of the barracks are located. You can see lining the sides here. And to the right, we have the mess hall. So here again, you can see the sort of juxtaposition. Again, a lot of greenery, but I hope you can make out the buildings, the old brick buildings, and then through there you can see that old sort of Soviet style, Eastern European suburbia. Let's go check out the daily menu. What's going on in here? So yeah, we got a bit of extra landscaping, but this is where the soldiers and all the military personnel would have come to eat. Nice little patio here. Can't really see that now. So it's divided into two sort of wings. So this will probably be just filled, lined with tables and chairs. Not too shabby, got the high windows. And here you have sort of window opening to the kitchen. So this is probably where you just get your food or return your trays and everything. Yeah, so it looks like this was probably return your plates and when you're done, and this is where you get your hot bowl of borscht and German sausages before that, I guess. Here you can see the industrial kitchen. That one's a staple. Back rooms here, probably have the head chef with his office in here, you know, thinking out the weekly menu, what to prepare for the boys. This one's also built sort of around the central courtyard, so you'd probably have like goods being transported and offloaded there. All right, let's head into the second sort of wing of the west or the east wing of the dining hall. I'd probably think that the one we were in earlier was probably for just like regular soldiers, and I can think that probably the central location, central rooms here could have been used for sort of the higher ups. So yeah, I mean, this, as I mentioned, this is a huge area, so I think around, don't have the real numbers, it's hard to get too much info on this place, but I read around 8,000 troops were stationed here at some point, so obviously they needed the space to eat as well. Here you go. Another kitchen. It's been a hell of an operation just cooking for these lads. Loose wires. It's probably not hooked up, but let's be cautious anyway. Let's see if we can exit from this side. I want to test fate and check out what's upstairs. Probably just the cabbage storage up there. Let's continue on to the sort of airfield part of things. Got the barracks on the right, dining hall right here. And we're back on this main little stretch that connects the whole place. And in front of us, we have the flight control tower. Let's go check that out. All right, so this is the flight control tower and office building. Let's enter here and see how far up we can get. This is the lower floor of the building. This will probably going to serve as like admin and offices. Just keeping all those flight records. I'm going to try this approach to get higher up on this building. Let's check it out. Alright, this looks more like it. Against stairs at least. Sure, we can trust the German build quality here, but when you're walking on sort of loose doors, you start second guessing yourself. All right, we're gonna get a nice vantage point. So there we have one of the 4 hangars. So now we're at one end of the whole sort of complex, the airfield. All of this out here would have been, the runway would have been down there. You can also glimpse some smaller sort of garages or terminals for smaller aircraft. All of this is overgrown now, so obviously it's not much to see there, but that's where the aircraft would have come landed and taken off. All right, let's see if we can get to the top here. Oh, shit. So here again, you can see sort of the old building structure and then how it's been spruced up with these nice plastic carpets and beautiful wood paneling. All right, onto the hangars. There's the main entrance hall of the control tower. Got the stairs going up. So you probably have just offices up and down this hallway. This is the building or the rooms straight off of the entrance. So this would probably be the reception. The reception window here. With some clear Russian messages for the employees. Trying to avoid twisting an ankle here. Alright, so this is the far end of the military base. And here you can see the hangars that were used. Looking at the history of this place, it really sounded like it was just the Germans really that used this place for big aircraft. When after the Second World War, when the Soviets took over, this place, the runway, was right in the corridor for the air traffic to West Berlin, so they didn't really have a chance to use it for that purpose. Also, the runway was built for much smaller airplanes, and obviously during the Cold War it was jet planes that were used, and yeah, it wasn't really built for that. I'll check this out. We found an original pair of Tupolev chairs. I doubt it. See if the coast is clear. Trust no one. Yeah, so the Red Army mainly used this. Obviously took it over in 1945 when they invaded Berlin, and the Russian troops didn't officially leave Germany until 1994, so they were here for obviously much longer than the Germans had this place. And yeah, it was used for their, they had a massive amount of ground troops stationed in Berlin, so this was one of the bases where they lived and worked, and yeah, they used it also as a helicopter base, but it wasn't really used as any bigger aircraft than that. You walk this place, it really is massive. I mean, it's a good workout. It's hard to obviously explore every building. As I said before, I mean, the barracks are generally built after the same model, so it's not too exciting to check out all of those. So here you can see the area where the aircraft would have come in and out. You would have sort of workshops and service stations around here, built around the main hangars. And then off here you can see an ominous guard tower, and down there, obviously now it's just a field with a tractor over there. But yeah, so that's where the landing strip was. This was one of the main hangars. It's always taken a bit of a beating over the years. It looks more like a greenhouse nowadays. There's so many sort of rooms to explore here, just off of all the hangars. Every building, really. This looks like it could have been maybe a theater. For some performing arts. There's a looks like a balcony up there. Albeit very narrow. Let's see what the nice little couch here. So yeah, I mean, it could have been a theater. I know there should have been a movie theater here as well. Some of the buildings have been demolished. All right, let's check this. So this is going to be you have balcony seating up there. And then you see like there's a rig up on the ceiling there, so maybe that could have been lighting. So yeah, it sort of does fit the bill. So yeah, you're gonna come up here, enjoy your Soviet champagne before enjoying the show. Let's exit. So theater we just left. Soccer/football field. Soviet village on the right. And the pièce de résistance. A massive swimming pool. Taken over by some fish. So this is where you come after some tedious work of just filing papers and doing nothing. I'd take a load off. I'm guessing it wasn't too much lounging. You would probably have to swim laps. Rigorously timed forward as well. Eastern Bloc lamp. So you can see there's a change in elevation in the pool. So on the shallow end is overgrown, and then the deeper part is just filled with rainwater. Right next to the pool we have the changing rooms. Let's go check that out. This is where you'd get ready, change into your one piece.
take a shower.